The difference between poison and cure, they say, is often just a question of dose. There are a lot of things that are good in small amounts, but toxic in excess. Now, social media at its best represents a reasonable extension of real life. We can see what our friends are up to, we can share photos and stories and news, we can stay up to date with people who we don't see maybe as often as we'd like to. It's become a kind of digital town square, one where we might have gathered together when we all lived a little bit more interconnectedly. But social media has really grown with Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all of the myriad platforms that network us with larger and larger online communities of friends. The idea of being socially networked has really lost any specificity, and we've just become plugged in to more and more people, ranging from people who we know to some we've only met and to some who we've never met at all. And at its worst, social media totally distorts reality. It overemphasizes perfection, creates echo chambers. It can actually make us more closed rather than more open. It becomes social in some of the worst ways possible. Comparison, competition, loneliness, dependency, fear of missing out on what you believe you see in other people's lives. It can even make us mean, intolerant, and judgmental. Social media isn't all bad. I'm sure you know for yourself what positive effects it has for you. But by separating yourself, even for a short period of time, you begin to get a different sense of who you are and what you think. Not in comparison to, not in competition with, and not in consideration of what other people are thinking or doing. You can also get a sense of your dependency. You can observe how reflexively you reach out for social media when you're alone or bored or uncomfortable, as though random thoughts of friends and strangers are more important than what is happening in your own life, in your own mind. You may discover that when you get back just how little you missed it, and that time spent on social media is actually time better spent doing things that enrich your life. Kind of things you might post about, if only you had time. This practice is simple, though for many not easy. Every day this week, one day at a time, stay off of your personal social media. This includes Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, even YouTube, and any other app that you know connects you impersonally and or anonymously to the lives and the opinions of the people around you. Now, for some, it helps to turn off notifications and to move the app icons off of your main screen. Another strategy might be to have something to do instead when you get the urge to log on. Have a book to read, take a walk, call or text a friend to meet up. You might think it's impossible to stay off all social media for a full week. Good news, it's a practice. And if you're on social media one day, you simply don't get credit for that day. Now, if your professional work includes managing social media, you can still do that without penalty, but you'll need to draw a clear line between business and personal use. And that's Social Media Detox.